The content of this podcast is provided for general informational purposes only and is not intended as, nor should it be considered a substitute for professional medical advice.
Sweaty and pissed. Menopause makes me sweaty and pissed.
Hey everybody, this is Leanne Morgan, comedian and nut job. This is Sweaty and Pissed, Menopause and More, and this is my partner,
Karen Nickell, family nurse practitioner. Happy to be here with you.
And we are happy to be here with you, my darling. See the top of your little tiny head. She's so tiny, if y'all could just see her. Okay. And we are thrilled to be with everybody after the Thanksgiving holidays, during this mean, stupid COVID. And we are thrilled about the vaccines. And I want Karen to tell us, because she gets the inside scoop from the CDC. I think she gets emails. Anyway, what do you think, my darling?
I am thrilled as well, and I'm excited that the studies are showing that they're very efficacious and will be available soon. Probably first responder or frontliners will get the vaccine probably sometime in December, maybe January, but soon, very soon. So, hopefully.
And then after that will be elderly in nursing facilities.
Yeah.
And then after that will be elderly.
Right.
So my little mom and daddy, because they're at home, they would be third, right, in the row. I think I'm last. I think at 55, menopausal, in a closet, turning a lamp on and off, I'm the last.
You're
That's okay. I'm okay.
You're at high risk for some things, but
what am I high risk for?
Teasing.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, all right. So it'll come in phases, but they're thinking that they can have that all out. I know every day is different on the news, but maybe by late spring?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Late spring, early summer for those at low risk is probably where we'll be. I know they're producing millions and millions of doses currently, so that'll be the main sticking point, is if production doesn't keep up with demand. So. But hopefully they got that squared away, and the distribution,
the logistics of all that. Well, they're working on it. You can tell, like dogs. So good. I'll be so glad when this mess is over. It's a mental. It is a mental drag. Is all this to it. I'm sitting here watching. My mom begs to go to the dollar store in their little country town, and even though that dollar store is fabulous, by way of dollar stores, it is a good one. It's the Saks Fifth Avenue of dollar stores.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Well, they don't have produce. They don't have fresh produce, but they've got some really good gift bags. I'll just say that. I hate for everybody to rush Adams, Tennessee and take all the gift bags. But she used to go down there after Christmas and get them all on sale and then give them to me and my sister. And at the time we'd go, oh my gosh, where am I going to put all these Christmas bags? And then Christmas come along and you'd think, oh, thank you, Lucille, for having the wherewithal to know that I'm going to need all these Christmas bags. So she always thinks ahead. Okay, so we want to talk about Thanksgiving, that meal that we all just ate and had to take to the bed. That's what my uncles would do. When I was growing up, they loved football, and I just remember everybody getting to a place in the house and my grandmother's and just passing out. And when I went to UT, I was in a class with a really hoop-de-doo girl whose family, and I know her today, and she's married to really, really hoop-de-doo in the United States that is known. But at the time, they were saying, what are y'all going to do for Thanksgiving? Our teacher asked us, our professor, and she said, we're going to play tennis. We're going to play some tennis, and we're going to have cocktails at 5, and then we're going to da-da-da. And I thought, that is so different from my people, because my people... Nobody There was not a tennis court anywhere to be found. We thought that was people in England that did that. But anyway, I will never forget that. I thought, oh my gosh, that's what hoop-de-doo people do. They exercise on Thanksgiving. Crazy.
Oh, how the other half lives. Well, yeah, and that lying around that you were talking about, that some of that comes from the fact that turkey, and many people already know this, but turkey contains tryptophan.
We love tryptophan.
Yeah, which is an amino acid that actually supports serotonin levels. So it's very calming and improves mood.
Yes, we love serotonin.
Yes, improves energy. We take that in the form of 5-HTP, 5-hydroxytryptophan, as a supplement to help with mood. I think we've talked about that on a previous podcast, but it contains tryptophan. I thought we could talk about what kind of nutrients we got from our Thanksgiving dinner, because I think we all eat a lot and sometimes feel a little bit guilty for eating so much, but there's always some good news in some of that. So
yeah, and it's a weird year,
It is a weird year.
We're all just trying to get through it. So if you're out there and you ate, a big piece of pie, don't beat yourself up over it.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah. I'm sure Thanksgiving was very different for most people this year. I know ours was, and I'm sure yours was as well, in terms of what family was together and all that.
Yeah.
So
yes.
So
okay, so let me real quick before you get talking about that tryptophan and the turkey, that supplement, because I used to take it.
Yeah.
The 5-HTP. Do people take that in the morning or the nighttime?
I have people take it at night, 100 milligrams to 200 milligrams at bedtime, because it can help with sleep. And unlike serotonin reuptake inhibitor medications that manipulate the synapse in your brain so that you keep more serotonin in the synapse, this is just a supplemental approach. So 5-HTP converts to serotonin. So it just helps boost serotonin levels in a less direct way, and just through your body's own, you're adding your body's own amino acid, supplementing it to make more serotonin. So typically we don't have side effects like we do with some of the prescription medications.
Can anyone take that?
If you are on a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, you should not take 5-HTP, because you might get too much serotonin and end up in serotonin storm, which we do not want. That's what people get. People get real manic, go put $50,000 on your credit card, and
have an affair with a big hairy man in Montana. I've heard of that happening. I did not do it, but I've heard it.
Exactly. So if you're on a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, and that includes Paxil, Prozac, Lexapro, citalopram, or Celexa, did I say Prozac? Listing all these. So if you're on a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, you want to avoid 5-HTP. If you are having major depression symptoms and you're not on an antidepressant, I'm not saying you can't take 5-HTP, but it is not likely to control your symptoms if you are having severe or moderately severe depression symptoms. That requires an appointment with your practitioner. So it's really for mild mood disorder, and can be taken with something like bupropion or Wellbutrin, because Wellbutrin has very little serotonin benefit. So okay, that's good to know. Yeah. And then people are struggling so much right now, so I hope that they are getting help if they need it. Absolutely. And in addition to serotonin reuptake inhibitors, if you're taking a serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor, SNRI, like Effexor, Cymbalta, Pristiq, you also do not want to take a 5-HTP, because those meds have serotonin enhancement. So
So you're probably giving that supplement to a lot of women going through perimenopause who want to whip somebody in a parking lot. And that's what that's for. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to talk about the nutrients that was in our food for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So your turkey, in 3 ounces of turkey, which is not very much, about the size of your palm, has about 25 grams of protein. So it's very high in protein, which is excellent. It's also very high in B vitamins, specifically B6, B12, niacin. It also has selenium in it, zinc in it, choline. So it has some very good nutrients, especially the B vitamins are really important. So if you're beating yourself up about eating a bunch of turkey.
But, I know that turkey, is a poultry and a lean protein. Wonder why we don't eat it more than we do.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people eat it in sandwich meat and stuff, but I never think, I'm going to get a turkey breast and cook it.
Well, and the white meat is especially lean. The dark meat is a little bit higher in protein, but it's also higher in fat and calories. So the white meat is quite lean. So turkey breasts, we don't, that's certainly available to feed a family, a good option.
Yeah.
So Leanne, I want to take this time to talk about care of.
We've talked about it before. You've got to go and take the quiz on their website. And you go through and tell them what all's wrong with you or what you'd like to feel.
Be honest.
Be honest. And they, because my big thing is sleep and energy. And I got all kinds of things that I'd like to improve on. But anyway, they formulate your own set of vitamins and supplements to take every day.
Right. And that 5-minute holistic quiz is like getting a one-on-one consultation with a nutritionist, because it really digs into what your health issues are, but it only takes about 5 minutes to take it. You were saying you're taking your care of vitamins every day, and the fact that they're put in a little package, every day is in a separate little packet, helps keep you on track.
Organized. You can take them instead of them all being on your bathroom sink, and then you get freaked out and overwhelmed. So then you put them underneath the cabinet, and before you know it, you're not taking what you're supposed to take.
Right. So it helps you stay on track with that and develop really healthy habit of taking those nutrients every day. And each little packet also has a little saying on it every day that you can look forward to.
Quote.
I think that also draws you to the packet and remember to take it, because what's my little saying today?
Yes. And also I got the protein powder, and it mixes beautifully and it tastes good. And, I enjoy a shake.
I know.
And and that gives me a little protein. So I enjoyed that too. I got vanilla.
Well, especially if you're a vegetarian or vegan, a really high quality protein powder is key. So, and that Care of has that for you. So if you want to put some more protein in your diet, that would be the place to go.
I know they've got hydration products. They've got, the powders, the protein powders. I think it's in darling packaging. I don't know. It's very fun to get it and to start on it, and it keeps me organized. Yeah. How many times have I said to you? You said, "Are you taking your vitamin D?" Oops. Woo! I have not. So
I can tell from your lab.
Yes. So that it really is, and so people need to go and do that quiz. It's very fun. And it's very interesting, and they do it. It doesn't take 5 minutes, and it's darling how they do it.
Yeah, it very well packaged and well done for sure. So, guess what? You can get 50% off your first Care of order. You go to takecareof.com and enter code SWEATY50. So for 50% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code SWEATY50. Easy to remember. And you get 50% off.
I know. Do it for yourself, for this new
New
year.
year.
Take
New
a
year.
new lease.
Mm-hmm.
When you're eating all that sweet potatoes and pumpkin and cranberry that God put upon this earth, you can also get on a good regimen.
Yeah. A good New Year's resolution. So for 50% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code SWEATY50. So the other thing is our cranberries. Because most people, don't you make a cranberry sauce for your...
Well, normally, yes, I make my sister's friend is making, made all of our Thanksgiving, and he's fancy, and he made a cranberry sauce. I'm from the country. I'm still incorporating Jello in everything that I do. I have a recipe for a cranberry Jello salad, which I know some people will go, what in the world? A woman in Omaha, Nebraska yelled out at my show, I hate Jello. And I was like, okay, girl, no problem. Don't shoot. I'm fine with that. So you either love it or you don't, but I've got some cranberry.
That's insane.
I'll tell you where I got hooked on it. In the Methodist church, when I was having my babies up in Morristown, Tennessee, where Chuck was raised, we went to the Methodist church every Wednesday night. He worked all the time. I went and took 3 little babies, or was pregnant with the 3rd baby and taking 2 babies on each hip, and I would never miss that Wednesday night dinner, because it was a way for me to fellowship and be with people. I had the best friends in Morristown. We all had our babies together, and we would all waller our kids up there at that Wednesday night service, and it would be a short service, but everybody went for the dinner, and there was a woman named Miss Betty, and she was yummy, and she knew that I was always pregnant, breastfeeding somebody, and worn out, and my husband was never around. So she would save me. She would make this cranberry salad that had pecans and celery, and it was savory. And it came in little bitty, at the Methodist church, it came in these little bitty ramekins, and she would save me 3 or 4 of them and whisper and go, Psst, hey, Leanne, come back here. I've got you. So I would eat those. And Maggie, my middle child, has always eaten little old lady food and loves that kind of stuff too. And I would share it with her. So that's where I got hooked on it. But you can also make sweet cranberry, with like powdered sugar, cream cheese, and all that on top for a holiday. But anywho,
Yeah.
So you in Kansas, did your people make the cranberry sauce?
Yes. We usually make, and my husband and I usually make a cranberry sauce that has apricots and orange in it. So it's more citrusy.
Yeah,
But-
I've been watching that on Food Network with my mom. A lot of orange.
And
That sounds yummy.
yeah, many people consider cranberries to be a superfood because it's so high in nutrients and antioxidants. And we all know it to help with urinary tract infections. So it helps with bladder health. I think a lot of people are familiar with that. It also has the nutrients in cranberries have been shown to help prevent certain types of cancer. It improves immune function and decreases blood pressure.
Well,
Can't be-
really, God put everything on this earth that we needed. He really did.
Yes.
And we just spit and go, no, I'm going to eat a wheat thin. Oh,
I know. We just keep wanting to get processed food when we have all these wonderful foods that nature has given us. I wanted to say too that, I'm sure we have a lot of vegetarians who listen and vegan listeners who would not eat turkey. And I know we had, for Forrest, because he's vegetarian, we had a cremini mushroom roast. And mushrooms, of course, also are really helpful for your general health.
How long has Forrest been vegetarian?
7 months.
Oh, how does he feel?
He said, I feel fine. Yeah, Forrest has gone vegetarian off and on through his entire life, but does
it affect his weight? Does he lose weight when he does it?
No, he says no. Sometimes with vegetarianism, we eat more carbs oftentimes.
But I bet his little arteries are clean as a whistle.
Yeah, I'm sure that's helping. And, in terms of that cremini mushroom roast, mushrooms inhibit the growth of cancer cells. They help regulate blood pressure and improve immune responses to infection.
All right. Well, let me tell you this tidbit.
Yeah.
One of my good friends is a rep for an antidepressant, and he said that mushrooms are, of course, if you're depressed, you need a medication to to get over that. But that mushrooms are a natural way to kind of fight depression. Now, probably not deep depression, but if you eat mushrooms, it may help with mood. Is that true?
Well, I think just eating whole foods in general, whole healthy foods in general, helps your sense of well-being.
Oh, I do too. But do you think, mushrooms have anything to do with that?
I don't know if that's, if there's some physiologic thing that happens with mushroom eating that would, I don't know that it raises tryptophan levels. I can see if I have.
Well, something to think about. But you're right. When I eat whole foods, I feel better. I have more energy. It takes me a while. I have to go through the yeast die-off, and then I have to take to the bed over that, and then it takes me a while, but then I'll have a surge of energy and I'll feel better.
Well, mushrooms have quite a bit of selenium, and selenium really helps support thyroid function. So, and when thyroid function is low, we have more depression. So maybe it's the selenium factor.
Maybe.
It could be.
That darn thyroid.
I know. It's the big regulator.
It is, and everybody when I say anything about my thyroid on stage, women throw their purse in there. Everybody has got thyroid issues.
I know. I think it's because, the thyroid gland it's right at the front of your neck. It's so exposed. And even if you don't work in a type of job that has a lot of radiation exposure, there's just radiation around us all the time. And that poor little thyroid gland is just leading the way on our body, and sucking up that stuff first.
Oh, mercy.
So I think that really affects how our thyroid functions. I mean, why we have so many people with thyroid problems, especially in this area.
You know what? We've got them in my family. Okay. Sweet potatoes.
Yes.
What do sweet potatoes do?
What do sweet potatoes do? And I also want to talk about pumpkin. Let's see. Sweet potatoes.
I would say sweet potatoes is that close to the pumpkin family?
Well, it's a root, so it looks the
color
is the same as pumpkin. No, actually, the sweet potato has been found to help with insulin resistance, and of course, it has a lot of fiber, so it helps with your gut health and can help with a sense of fullness. Because it has so much fiber.
It's a nice alternative to a white potato.
Yes, and it has about 400% of your daily needs for vitamin A.
Oh.
Which is good. And it's has a protective role against prostate cancer. It promotes fertility, and it boosts immunity and supports your vision because it has the beta carotene in it, like carrots, these orange foods. Yeah. So.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. That's awesome. And then
nobody needs to feel guilty over the sweet potato.
Exactly.
Which my dad feeds her sweet potatoes a lot. And I would think that would be a good, healthy
Yeah.
thing for her to have.
Yeah. I think, of course, at Thanksgiving, a lot of people put marshmallows and all kinds of sweetener.
I don't dig that.
I mean, because sweet potatoes are plenty sweet on their own.
Honey, I don't have a lick of sense over a roasted sweet potato with a little paprika, smoked paprika.
Oh.
And you douse that in a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of smoked paprika, and then you put parchment paper down so you can get a good crisp on them. And you cut those in little cubes or French fries and make fries out of them, but you bake them. Wonderful.
Delicious. That sounds fabulous. I have to use that trick. In terms of pumpkin, they help support heart health, eye health, again, promotes fertility, and gives immunity boost. So it has. So if you want to try to get pregnant, maybe start eating some pumpkin and sweet potato.
I know, and not Reese's cups. That's what I did. Okay, so because I had a pharmacist say to me, a compound pharmacist, he said, Leanne, so many women have trouble getting pregnant, and we have found that because his twin brother's a doctor, he said if a woman needs to gain weight or lose weight, that'll kind of jolt her into being more fertile. And I said, so these little frail girls need to eat a bag of Reese's cups, but really they need to eat some good sweet potatoes and
pumpkin.
Honey, I don't have a lick of sense over pumpkin. My daddy can't take it. I was going to make them a bunch of stuff, and he was like, I don't want it. Don't give me the pumpkin. My mom loves it, but like I don't drink the pumpkin coffee and all lattes and all that, but I love pumpkin bread and pumpkin pie. I'm just not a pie person, but I do love pumpkin flavor.
Yes, I do too. But I'm the same way. I don't care for it in my latte. Just too hardcore coffee drinker for that. So.
Me too. I just like regular Joe. Okay. Is there another one is there anything else? What else did you have for Thanksgiving? Green beans?
Green beans. We had green beans, and we had we did have a pecan pie, which is one of our Thanksgiving favorites. And pecans, have good fats, good omega-3 fatty acids. Of course,
the Cairo syrup probably wasn't that. Is that, do you make do you make it with Cairo?
I think adding that high fructose corn syrup probably negates some of that benefit.
But I do love the taste of pecans.
I do
and
too.
I love pecans in a Jello salad. I know I keep pushing the Jello. I want to tell you that I did a video a couple of days ago for my, Maggie my middle child works at Children's Hospital, and they cannot have their fantasy of trees. Because of the mean, stupid COVID. But let me tell you what they've come up with. Oh, but what I was going to tell you is I did this video for them, and I've got so much new hair growth. And I don't know if it's all the Jello that I've been eating or what, or maybe it's this time of the year, but I had this I look like Albert Einstein in that video because of all this new hair growth. You could see it through the light coming through. But instead of doing that big event where we would all get on, fancy clothes and go, and we love that event, they're doing a raffle. You pay $10, and Walmart and Home Depot I can't even tell you what all they have donated. Unbelievable, like Apple Watch, Apple iPad, Apple AirPods, vacuum cleaners, mowers, TVs, and you do a $10 raffle, and if you win, you get all this stuff. You get Walmart has a list of 2 people are going to win, and I thought, wasn't that a good idea?
Yeah,
who doesn't love a raffle? It's $10 a person. So if anybody wants to do that, if anyone's listening around, East Tennessee area or Kentucky, Georgia, where you could drive, because there is some shipping after a certain mileage, but enter that, because what the heck?
What's
Have
their
something to look
website?
forward to. I know, and just, it's kind of gambling, kind of not. But they could go to East Tennessee Children's website, and they'll find it. But anyway, I just thought that was a great idea.
That is a great idea.
And that'll raise money for Children's Hospital. because they can't have those
No,
events.
well, COVID has made people creative. That's for sure.
That is for sure. And I did a show up in Detroit, and it was a bunch of nuns, a bunch of Catholic nuns, and they were darling. And we drank wine, and they had a raffle, and we had a ball. So raffles are fun. Anyway, I just had to get that in there.
Oh, that's great.
But I had all that hair growth. What I was saying was the Jello. I don't know if the collagen in Jello, because what is it made out of? Horse hooves? I don't know. But I had eaten so much during the COVID that I have got this big head of hair coming out.
Well, I wonder if some of it's
Not coming out, growing.
I wonder if some of it's all those nutrients you're getting from your Care of vitamins.
Oh,
When did
maybe.
your hair growth start?
Well, my hairdressers noticed it the last couple of times. So probably about 8 weeks.
Well, maybe the nutrients you're getting from that.
Yes. Because I take my pack of Care of vitamins every day.
Like you should.
With my little name Leanne on them.
Yeah. Yeah. We're grateful for Care of sponsoring this episode today.
Yes, thank you, Care of. Okay, so good to be with you. And honey, I've had a ball. Good to know about all those nutrients.
Yep.
We'll get ready for Christmas soon. Before you know it, it'll be here.
It will, and it's been good to chat with you. And we want to thank Forrest for producing today's episode, for composing our theme music, Stephen Brown for our artwork, and we will plan on seeing you next week. Everybody stay well, stay safe, and wear a mask.
Sweaty and pissed.